Hello everybody and welcome to the video. My name is Midway and I hope you're having a wonderful day. I sure am. So today I bring you some new content that's going to be coming up definitely sometime soon for the Legend of Mushroom, and that's going to be a new game mode that's going to be somehow like a roguelike but applied to the Legend of Mushroom, right? So I'm going to be showing you this information that I found on the Japanese wiki, where we have already seen some of this content before, where you will see events that are not yet in the game for us in the newer regions, or new rewards or new systems and stuff like that, right? So this one is called The Trial of the Steep Slope, and as you might expect from a roguelike, it's a system where you will kind of like climb in levels of difficulty over time, and you will have to at some point reset back to number 1 once you kind of fail or once the reset sort of happens, right? So let's just read through it and I'll give you some more details and you will see what this is all about. It kind of feels pretty damn cool, right? So let's first of all go ahead and read through this a little bit. So you will be able to select comrades, so you will have your friends alongside you and you will form a bit of a team. So one thing that I want to point out really early is that if you've played anything like AFK Arena, you know that there's going to be a roster you have, right? So you will have like 5 positions, right? So this is sort of going to be like that. You will be able to position yourself and some of the comrades in a sort of formation, and that way you will be able to sort of get some buffs, figure out what of your comrades and you are going to be in the frontline position taking damage, which builds those comrades are going to be using, right? So let's just go through it, right? So after selecting one comrade, you can take on the challenge. So first of all, you will just have to select at least one. There's going to be 6 stages of each difficulty level, and if you clear all the stages, you will be considered that challenge successful, so you can move on to the next one. As you clear each difficulty level, you will instantly earn challenge rewards, increases the damage of weekly reward selections by 1. So you will see that there will be rewards for the immediate gains once you actually defeat something, and then as you complete more and more levels, you will be unlocking higher weekly rewards, which we'll look at a little bit later. Now during the challenge, the final physical strength after clearing the previous stage is retained, so that means that just like in a roguelike, in some roguelikes you will have a total amount of HP, and as you defeat one level, you will be carrying that same HP towards the next level. There will be ways of getting some HP back, but once you've lost a lot or once some of the comrades have died, well, that's gonna be something you need to be dealing with going forward, right? So the difficulty level can be reset, which will return your progress to the first stage of the current difficulty level, so you can just go back in that same level and do it again, and restore your health to 100% so you can try again. You can choose one of the stages you have already cleared and proceed with the challenge, so just replay it, and after making a selection, your progress will return to the state you cleared the previous stage, and your physical strength will return to the state which is before you challenge the selected stage. So basically you can just reset again and do it again, just go back and play the same stuff again, so you can just try maybe a different setup for that same thing and see if you're successful just again. You can set skill delays for both yourself and your comrades, right? So this is a PvE type of event, as I mentioned, really important. You will have comrades alongside you, so being able to choose what builds those comrades are going to be running means that you can combo some skill effects so that you can make some pretty cool stuff happen. We'll see more about that later. So during the challenge, you can fight alongside your chosen comrade, and you can switch between characters by tapping the icon. We'll see a little bit more about that in the next pictures. Also, characters that are not operated will automatically activate their skills, so you're basically just not going to be able to manually use them, although you can still set up the skill delay. If all characters participating in the battle are destroyed, you'll basically lose. A tally is made every Monday at midnight at difficulty level. After the tally is reset to the previous week's final difficulty -3 or difficulty 1, so you just kind of get a little bit of a difficulty reset right there weekly with the weekly rewards. And when counting the weekly rewards selected on the previous week, support rewards and challenge rewards for each difficulty level that were skipped and reset in the difficulty level will be distributed, so you just get whatever you want, you just get it at the weekly reset, right? So it is going to be looking a little bit like this. So here's where you kind of like set up your comrade settings, right? You can see that you got your ally right there, you got their skills, and also there's these icons right here, which I'm not too sure what they're gonna be going or they're gonna be being, but let's see. Every Monday, 3 NPCs with similar abilities will be automatically matched as default comrades, so you will just have those as default, and then you can send recruitment information to other players, and if they agree, they will become your comrade. comrades, right? So you can just choose to recruit the ones you are, your friends or the strongest players, and they need to agree to become your comrades, right? So you need to find a group of people that just kind of feel that you are going to be a good match for them, but also you are, you would enjoy them having them in your own groups, right? So you both need to be benefiting from each other in your team. You can choose one comrade from the comrade list to take it to the trial, but if you change your comrade midway through the stage, the progress will be reset again and you will be just going back to one. So if you're doing one type of stage throughout one difficulty, you can still only do it with that one comrade. You can just change it again and you will just have to do it again. And the comrades that are not selected can be abandoned, but NPC comrades cannot be abandoned. Those that you have assigned to you, you always need to have those on you, so that seems pretty fair to me. Now, support settings. Here's where we change the settings of our comrades. You can see that you can set equipment presets which when helping other players with their trials. So you can set up your own gear and skill setup whenever you are being offered, right? Whenever others are going to be recruiting you, you can set yourself up to a certain build so that you are going to be benefiting them more. You maybe offer a more support kind of build with more stuns, more CC. They can always adjust the skill delay, I think, right? That's what I've read before right here. Maybe you actually have to set it up for them as well, but nonetheless, you can just make yourself a build for the other persons that are going to be beneficial to their sort of teams, right? So there, like in the parking lot settings, you can restrict the players who can be invited, so the players that maybe you don't want to interact with you, you can just block them off. Support builds are only effective when the other players' comrades help you with the trial, so obviously setting up a certain build will be more or less helpful depending on what you are trying to achieve. And you can have up to 10 other players as your comrades, right? That's like the whole thing. You can have even 10 more people using you, but I think you can only have 3 comrades in on your roster, but you can have up until 10 people that can be using you as a comrade, right, in their teams. So each time a supporting player clears one difficulty level with you as their comrade, the number of assisting battles will be added, and after the weekly tally, assisting battle rewards will be distributed based on the number of assisting battles. So you can just set yourself up to be a very good comrade, so people use you as a comrade, and then up until 10 people can have you as a comrade, and the more levels you clear for them, helping them out, the more benefits you will get at the end of the week. So as we saw before, this is sort of what it looks like. We have 6 stages right here. It looks like a bit of a tower, and then there will be certain special effects for each of these right here. So we can see a little bit of them. You can select special effect placements and strategy settings for each stage. That's what I also mean. It's a bit of a roguelike. You can change this stuff, or this stuff will be changing depending on the run. I'm not sure if between weeks these effects will be changing as well, but this sort of feels like obviously a bit of a roguelike, right? You will have different affixes and your progress will be affected based on the run and how you try and play it out. So let's see here, stage details. A special unique gimmick appears in each stage, as I mentioned. The content of trial 2 are listed as an example. So right here for trial 2 we see some of the effects that would be taking place. So for stage Week, so that's like stage 2 or whatever, for trial 2, after the battle begins, characters in position 1 and 3 are dazed for 20 seconds. So you gotta choose who you want to have being dazed in that stage, right? So yeah, you really need to be paying attention to some of these effects. Like for example here, after the battle begins, characters in position 2 and 4 receive damage equal to 1% of the maximum health every second, right? So you can see these things are affecting you quite a lot. But as you can see, you have at least from positions 1 to 4, so that is you and 3 other comrades, right? So it's not exactly like in AFK Arena where you have up to 5. Here you can have up to 4. Now there's also going to be placement management here, as I mentioned. You will be able to set the position of your comrades, and based on that position you will have a front row and a back row. The front row will have received the damage first from the monsters, right? So they will be the ones to die first. At least they will be sort of like tanking early on. And then the backup the backup characters cannot participate in the battle, right? So the ones you don't have in your actual in the battle at the moment will be recovering HP whenever you actually defeat the stage, right? So as I'm reading this, you have actually 4 comrades which are battling, and then you can have a little bit more, maybe up until 10, just like I read before as well, which are actually recovering, so you can be switching them in and out of the battle. Let me just replay this again. Yeah, dead characters, they are going to be placed as reserve, but they will recover once again 50% of their Mars HP and just revive if you actually defeat one level, so you can use them once again. And then here we have a little bit of strategy, as we mentioned. Depending on where you are going to be placing these characters, there's going to be a certain buff, right? So here we can see you can choose any strategy if the placement conditions of the strategy are met, the character will receive a battle buff. So we can see some of these strategy things, a shield, fast, charge, whatever. Characters in number 2 and 4 will receive a shield for 10% of the max HP and health after the battle begins, and characters in 1 and 3 will receive an energy recovery rate of 50%, right? So you can choose the strategy. I don't know if you got like you gotta like use this one for each battle, and then you just gotta like maybe try to adjust it, see which one plays out the best for you, and then you will be able to use that effect for you, choosing what comrade is going to be getting what benefit, trying to just get the best out of the battle and win, right? So yeah, seems like you are going to be able to have some decisions here to try and make the best out of all the strategies, all the buffs, all the comrades, all the builds, all that stuff. Pretty cool. And then we also obviously get some rewards once you actually defeat a challenge. Here you can see we get some of these, which we don't know what they are actually doing. And then we have here an example of what the weekly reward might look like, right? So here we have more data on the rewards. As you can see here, recommended rewards. Here you can see reach level 20, so you have a lot of stuff you get once you reach level 20, reach level 19, reach level 18. So some examples of stuff you will be getting. Now breakthrough reward, I don't know exactly what this is going to be, but you also have some type of reward right there. I don't know where the breakthrough will be happening. Then this is the weekly reward for reaching a certain level, so the more you go, the more of these weekly rewards you're going to be accumulating. As I'm reading it, you're going to be getting whatever you get from the previous levels you have already cleared, right? So if you get to level 7 during the week, you will be getting everything right here until level 7, right? And then individual table here, I think you have like kinds of rewards you can start to get at certain levels. So for the eggs, that's a new system that we don't have yet as well for the flying pets. So you have certain types of eggs, there are fruits, I think they call them, yeah, this is the ones that you are unlocking, the reward that I showed you before. This one, that's like the York fruit, I'm assuming, because I don't know, I haven't heard that one before. So we have more of this stuff. As you can see, you will be able to see what specific stuff you're going to be getting at certain levels, right? So this whole thing looks pretty fun. It's something that you're going to be trying to do at least like once a week. You're going to be setting it up, try to go as far as you can, and once you achieve a certain level, well, that's it for the week. You can maybe try and adjust your strategy, play a little bit better, and maybe you can get higher rewards for the week, right? So nonetheless, I think this looks pretty cool. Hopefully it gets added pretty soon to the game. Now, I don't really have too much more to say about it, so before you go, please go ahead and check out Apptoid if you enjoyed this video. Now, Apptoid basically is a platform like Google Play where you download apps from it, like Google Play, or as I mentioned, App Store as well for iPhone, but this only works for Android, right? So when you download apps from Apptoid, what's going to happen is, like, for example, Legend of Mushroom, as you can see right here, I'll just put it in the middle. Once you download apps like Legend of Mushroom through Apptoid, what's going to happen is when you try to make a payment, you're going to be prompted to do so through the Appcoins wallet, and when you do so, you're going to be getting a bonus that goes from extra 10% for whatever money you're spending, all the way up to extra 35%, right? And that bonus, as you can see right there, is going to be accumulating within the Appcoins wallet, which is going to be a separate app that's going to be needing to be set up. Now, this is all pretty easy to set up. You can find a guide on how to set it up down there in the description. It takes no more than 5 minutes. You can set it up on your phone as well as on your PC on an emulator. And then you accumulate those bonuses, and then you can use them, as you can see right here, to make the payments for you instead of actually using your real money whenever you are playing this game. So you can get stuff for free basically by just using these cashbacks you get in the game and then using them to just get stuff for as I mentioned, for free, right? So you're getting more value for your money. You can get whatever you want within these games by spending even less money than before, right? So for example, participating in any of these gacha events, you can just go ahead and yeah, just get it a little bit earlier by just using the bonuses as payments, right? So as you can see right here, here is the Appcoins wallet. Here you can track your progress towards unlocking higher bonuses. I mentioned it can go from the extra 10% to 35% depending on things like, for example, have you used a promo code like the one that I have there on the screen as well as down in the description. You can input it here by clicking in promo codes. You input the code there and you unlock an extra 5% from the get-go to that bonus. You can also see if there's any events going on for some of these games, like for example Legend of Mushroom. There's an event going on right now that's going to be increasing the bonus by 5% for a little while. It can also be like 10%, right? So you can get even more of a bonus, and then you can unlock higher and higher bonuses by just accumulating more purchases, and you can track your progress towards doing so right here. You can also see how much of a bonus you have accumulated at the moment right there, right? So you can see this is all pretty cool. It can just get you more value for your money. I think it really is worth using if you're going to be spending any money on the Legend of Mushroom or any other mobile game for that matter, if you're playing it through Android. So yeah, you also help me out if you use my code, and I hope you can enjoy it. If you got any questions on how to set it up or anything like that, go ahead and drop them down in the comment section. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe if you did so, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, see ya.